Ah. Oh my god. Right. It's early doors, Saturday, April the 6th, and today we start rehearsals. So this afternoon, Katie, Glenn, and Rachel are coming, and we're going to go through the entire script. We're going to block stuff out in the room so the guys know where they're supposed to be at certain times. So this morning I am going to concentrate on looking through the script again. I need to go over it and I need to get in my head what I wanted for various scenes, for the characters at various points, so I can get that over to the actors when we kind of do rehearsals and discussing, you know, all the different kind of bits of action and reactions. So I'm going to do that this morning. I've got other stuff to do as well, obviously. There's never just one thing to do. One thing I do need to actually say is, so this is video number 32. Number 31, unfortunately, doesn't exist through my own stupidity. So I actually edited the footage yesterday, late last night actually, on my phone, using the old iMovie. And what I didn't do was to export the final edited video. So then I transferred all of the video clips from the phone to my computer, to the hard drive, to clear the phone. And as a consequence, there was no edited kind of video. So once the footage is, well, you'll obviously know this if you use iMovie, once the footage is off the phone, the video loses the link to all of the footage if you haven't exported it. I've got the footage on the hard drive, but I've got no edited video, and I've got no way of getting. You can't get the footage back onto the phone to edit it. Now I've got no editing software, so that video's gone down the drain. I'll kind of just give you a brief overview of what happened. So there was a problem in the bedroom, which was something that I was gonna mention. I had kind of mentioned in video 30 to say there was some kind of problem. Anyway, that problem was right in front of where the Grim Reaper is in the bedroom is an area of floor which was as creaky as anything, and that was where some of the dialogue was going to take place. For Chris, he was going to stand in front of the Grim Reaper, kind of have a conversation with the Grim Reaper, and then Alice kind of on the bed at the same time, so he was stood between the two of them, and he had to be in that position. So that was going to cause some major problems with the sound recording, because we obviously need clean sound, clean dialogue. So that was going to be a problem. So what I had to do was I had to take up the carpet to nail down those floorboards, but to do that I had to empty the wardrobe, remove the wardrobe, move the Grim Reaper, bearing in mind that it had taken us ages to sort it out because he'd fallen down, and I'd actually tied the Grim Reaper up to the curtain rail to kind of support him. So I set all that down. I had to move the bed, had to move the cot, had to pull the carpet up, had to pull the foam that was underneath the carpet up to get to the floorboards. Luckily, there was only kind of two boards that were making the squeaks, so I nailed them down, and straight away the squeaking stopped. So that was brilliant. Like, I was over the moon with that. So stuck everything back down, stuck everything back in place, which took us, I thought it would take a long time, but it only took about an hour. So I was happy with that. So that's a problem solved, and that's gonna That's going to help enormously, because that would have been a massive headache. So anyway, that's done. Then late last night, I was having a Facebook conversation with the girl who was going to do the stills for photography for the film. Now, she had a major operation on her foot several weeks ago. Now, we knew this beforehand, that it was going to be close to whether she was going to be recovered enough to be able to work on the film. So she's just recently getting off her crutches. She's getting around. She's got one of those kind of boot things on her foot, on her whole leg. But she's still in quite a bit of pain. So she's not going to be able to be on set for the full day for the entire shoot. So she is still going to come along. She's maybe going to do a couple of hours during the day or whatever, whatever she can manage. So I'm now looking for a stills photographer who can kind of take over the majority of the shoot. So anyway, that's that. So that's another thing I need to sort out today. What else am I doing? I'll tell you what I'm doing right now. I'm gonna have a good sip of this coffee. Wake up juice. So yeah, oh yes, one thing I do need to do is I need to repair the mobile on the cot. So I am gonna put myself together, and I'm probably just gonna do that first before I then look at the script, because I need to get that out of the way. So that's probably the major thing I'm gonna do today. Not sure what else. I'm still waiting for the guy who I went to see yesterday. That was another thing. I went to see the sound recordist guy yesterday. He's up for doing the role. I've offered him the role, but he needs to find out whether he can get the days off work. He's 99% sure he can. But then I got a message late last night also to say that he might not find out about that until either today or possibly tomorrow, Sunday. So that's still slightly up in the air at the moment. So that I still haven't checked emails this morning actually, so I need to do that. I still haven't got a camera assistant. I have a little plan in mind for that because it's only for one night. I still haven't got anyone for the father to do the father's voice. I'm not too worried about that because I can actually, there's two things I can do with that. I can either do it myself, which I have done in the past, not ideal, and I have done little bits of acting before, so I can probably just about pull that off. If not, I could wait until after we finish the film shoot, because the actor doesn't need to physically be there to record his voice, but it would be nice to have the guy there so they can cue Katie, which obviously I could still do, but it would be nice to have them there so I can record them for the behind the scenes. So I need to make that decision really, because I haven't got any other takers at the moment. So by the end of this film, I could be, as well as the writer, producer, director, and everything else, I probably is going to be directing myself in the film as an actor. It's just, so these are the things you've got to do when you've got no budget, when you're doing a short film. Trying to attract people to these types of projects is quite problematic, obviously. So it's really hard, as anyone who's making short films or even longer form films on a limited budget will know. It's one of the most difficult kind of industries to be in, to be honest. It's not something kind of, I mean, unpaid short films, it's kind of like a hobby, isn't it? If you're not getting paid, you're not doing it on a professional level. But it's one of the most expensive and difficult hobbies to kind of do. But it's not like you can kind of just sit there and do it yourself. It's not like you can. It's not like it's not like you're a model builder and you can build models. It's just you and your models kind of doing stuff. You need loads of people to do stuff on a film. You know, one person can't direct, do the sound, do the lighting, do the camera operating. So you're relying on other people. So it makes it really difficult in order to pull off any kind of film. Yeah, so anyway, I'm rattling on about fucking shite at the minute. I need to pull myself around, get myself washed and get something to eat. And wake up for the day because I have actors coming, so I need to G myself up. So I'm going to do that. So pee off. I'm ready for the world. I'm going to nip out first because I need to go to the bank, put some money in the bank because I need to transfer some funds to the insurance company to pay for the insurance for the film. At the same time, I'm going to pay my friend Anna a call. Anna, you may recall, is the person who did the bridal bouquet that I needed for the film. But the bridal bouquet, because we did it so long ago, the foliage is dying off and it's all become brittle and it's fallen away. It's coming off like that. So, so I need to get that repaired, and she's going to do that for us. I've got a bit of an issue with the mobile. It's trying to get it to spin. So I've got a drill. What I intend to do is to attach the drill to the top of the mobile and then make it spin. But all that happens is that the twine below just gets twisted and twisted until it gets tight enough, and then it starts to spin. And it doesn't spin really like in a controlled manner. It'll just go off at an angle. So the intention is to replace the twine with some of this kind of wire, and hopefully that'll be able to control the spin a bit more. So replace the twine with let's just like get one kind of loop of the wire across. So moment of truth. Let's test it. So as you can see, that spins at a more controlled rate. So I think that is going to do the business, to be honest. Another job done. So I'm just putting some finishing touches to the bedroom before the actors come, so it looks pretty much like how it's going to be on the day. And one of the things I'm doing is I'm going to put the new bed sheets on the bed. So Alice's bed, because she's Alice, she's going to have black duvet cover sheets. So I bought some specifically for that, but the problem with the sheets is I've got all these brand new creases in from the folds that I've just taken out of the packets. So in order to get rid of that, yeah, I know sheets and that would have creases and what have you in, because obviously you're lying in it, but not kind of the brand new kind of very sharp creases in it. So what I'm doing is I'm just ironing out all of these. Just ironing out all of these creases. Get rid of them. Doesn't have to be perfect, but I just need to get rid of all the sharp creases out of it. I bet Spielberg and Tarantino and all them haven't had to blink and make their own props and iron sheets. But that's what low budget filmmaking's all about. You've got to put on many caps and you've got to do many different things in order to get the production done. And that's what I'm doing, and that's what I always do. That's what I'm used to doing, so this is kind of just second nature to me. Is to prepare everything myself, do all these kind of jobs, because there ain't anybody else but me. So I've spent the entire afternoon and into the early evening with the actors, Katie and Glenn, doing some rehearsals, initial rehearsals, and kind of blocking through the scenes. Went pretty good. We are doing the same again tomorrow. Set is only going to be me and Katie and hopefully Rachel, because I'm a bit concerned because Rachel was supposed to come today. She never turned up. I've rang her, I've texted her, and I can't get through to her. So, and it's not like Rachel, she's usually like very reliable. And if there was a problem, she would have contacted me to let me know. But it's just, I can't seem to get in contact with her. So she was supposed to be coming today. I spoke to her 4 days ago on the phone. She did have a little bit of a cold. So she was feeling a little bit under the weather, but she's still going to come. So I'm not quite sure. I need to, if she doesn't turn up tomorrow, I'll have to, I'll try and get in contact with her again. But it's a little worrying at the moment, so I don't know where she is or what's happened. Like, so we're now gonna see Alice's bed for the first time.